zone.
The blood remembers. And quite a bit of blood was spilled this night across the floorboards of the White Deer. In stark contrast to the joyful celebration of friends and family and new friends gathered around communal tables with a delicious feast before you, wonderful fellowship, laughter and joy, desserts, drink, until the cultists showed up and threatened the children. That's when chairs were pushed away from the table, windows were broken, dishes were thrown, and bodies were slain. None of you were slain, per se, but some of you took quite a bit of damage in the fight that ensued with the cultists, one of whom turned into an avatar of the Sandpoint Devil. A vaguely humanoid creature with leathery wings, sharp fangs, numerous rows of sharp teeth that Lumi got very acquainted with, up close and personal, and sharp talons, also which Lumi was quite aware of, as this thing intended to fly out the window and into the air with Lumi. However, that seemed to be the final straw and what allowed you all to finally take down this creature. Of course, it was in no small part due to Millie's quick thinking in sending Kaeryn out into the night to retrieve Father Abstelar Xantus from the nearby Sandpoint temple, Sandpoint Cathedral. Seemingly in the nick of time, like a certain wizard arriving in the east, Xantus showed up and sent a powerful holy spell blasting into this creature. It's important to mention, of course, that as we said, they were threatening the children, and one of the cultists did almost get away with young Bryn going through a window, but it seems that Lanai Trenell was not having any of that. That
was the scariest part of the fight. The way her eyes shifted.
In the end, all of the cultists, the avatar of the devil, were killed, and everybody was spared, including the 4 children. On the heels of this event, while Lumi and Velynia investigated the body that had landed on the rooftop, you saw the silhouette of a large equine winged creature against the moon. You saw the body that had been dropped from the sky onto the roof of the white deer. And you saw the burned in hoof prints across the rooftop. And as you came down off the roof, all of you saw as Sheriff Baylor Hemlock, Mayor Kendra Devlin, and a few other investigators, a few other members from the town guard garrison showed up, and one Karn Scarnetti. That is where we are going to pick up. It's not really much of a time jump. It's more like a few moments later. If this were a modern day true crime procedural, you'd see the yellow tape and the red and blue flashing lights outside. But what you do see is that a couple of the members of the town watch have come in along with Baylor Hemlock. Deputy Ivira Shaw is the deputy in charge of the swing shift. Lean, raven-haired, sharp-eyed. Along with her is guard Dragon Yule. He is a tall, intimidating-looking, bald man with tattooed arms and a gravelly voice. And Brea Undil, a Shawanti woman, olive-skinned, silver-streaked braid running down her back. She seems to be the calmer of them. They have made sure that Lanai and the children have they have placed blankets over them, and I've forgotten his name already. Garridan has brought warm cider for everybody. Icselo is nowhere to be found. Shortly after arriving, Sheriff Hemlock pulled Icselo aside to talk to him. I will say that Icselo isn't exactly like completely gone, because he refuses to move anywhere that takes Lyra out of his line of sight. So I would say that at the farthest, they're on the front entry sort of deck of the White Deer, maybe through the open door or through the window, where he can see Lyra and the other children. But they're sort of out of your central area. Father Xantus is tending to you, Lumi, making sure that you are doing well. Xantus had also created a healing aura to make sure that anybody that needed healing received it. As we sort of pick up this scene, I think we'll pick it up with Deputy Shaw as she's walking through, her boots clicking heavily on the bloodied floorboards. She is looking around at the broken glass and just the overall disarray of everything. And I think she kind of stoops down and picks up one of the pewter ale mugs that Garridan threw at the beginning of the fight, kind of looking across the room, and she sets it down, kind of wipes her hands off, walks over, and just kind of in general looking at those of you that quote unquote are the adults in the room. So, who of you wants to tell me what exactly happened here?
I can tell you. We were drinking and having a good time, and we were attacked. That's more or less it. These ruffians wanted to harm us and wanted to presumably abduct these children. They announced as much when they came in.
These ruffians.
What's
As
left
she
of them?
kind of toes at one of the dead cultists.
Indeed.
How many of them did you kill?
I don't remember. I think it was 2. It's hard to say. Combat and the cloud of war and all that. I believe I killed 2. Our party killed several more. And Father Xanthus,
killed as many as I could because they were going after the kids. They were grabbing at them. We can't have that. Not in this town.
So there were... How many adults? 6, 7 adults here tonight? 4 children?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 adults and 4 children, yes.
And these individuals came in out of nowhere and demanded your children.
They said, kill them and take the children. And I look around at my companions. I'm like, is that right?
Maybe nods.
I mean, yes. They said, take the children, kill anyone who gets in our way. Which is really the same thing. But if you want accuracy, she looks at the deputy. That's what they said.
Okay.
Precise.
Counting the one that you brought down from the roof, she looks at you, Velynia. And she looks around. I see 5 others in here. Making 6 of these plus... And she walks over to that pile of gore that was oh my gosh, I forgot his name.
Kellen? Was it
Kellen? Kellen Varm.
Yes.
As she walks over to him, or to what was him, and she kind of looks at it and says, This was one of them as well. And what did you do to make, I'm assuming, him look like this?
Wasn't anything we did. He did that to himself.
Look to Father Xanthus as well.
Yes. I mean, do you mean to make him look like he did, presumably, when he was alive?
So
or make
she's
him look
looking...
Like, and I gesture at the gore pile.
So she's not looking at the body of the Avatar of the Devil. She's looking at the skin suit that was Kellen Varm.
Gross.
That's what molted off, see?
You know. It did. It molted off, for lack of a better term.
See, apparently he wasn't all humanoid.
So to answer your question, we didn't do anything.
Well, by your own account, you definitely did something. If you killed at least
other than
two.
killing,
And,
yes, you know.
well,
We didn't do anything to
between
make
all
him-
of you, you've killed, it looks like, 6.5? Maybe 7. About that moment, through you see guard Dragon Yule, the big bald tattooed guy. He is suddenly standing outside the broken window that the devil was attempting to escape through, and he kind of looks around at it, and he spots Deputy Shaw and says, "I've took a look at all the bodies. Every one of them look like them cultists we've been seeing." And she kind of looks at him, and she kind of looks back at the others, and she turns and looks out towards the front entrance where Sheriff Hemlock is talking with Icselo. All right. Well, Sheriff may have other questions for you, and if we need any more clarification, well, for now, I think we know where to find you. But it sounds like... And she kind of looks over at, in the one corner of the room, well, I imagine Lanai probably has, furthest away from the entrance, and over near a fireplace, probably has all of the children, and she's making sure they have cider. I would say anybody who's keeping an eye on Lanai, make a perception check.
30-20.
18.
27.
17.
Natalin and what did you get, Tamiko?
18.
Okay. Natalin and Velynia. You notice that as Lanai is tending to the children, making sure they have hot cider, occasionally coming up behind one and just pulling a blanket up around their shoulders. As she picks up a glass of cider, a mug of cider to hand to one of the children, you see that as she picks it up, you see her hand shaking, and then she kind of steadies it with the other to hand the mug. And Bryn tries to say something to her more than once, and she just gives him a sharp, "Not now." And we'll move away from Bryn to talk with some of the other, to tend to some of the younger children. And you can see the look of frustration on Bryn's face.
Have these deputies left the room?
So Deputy Shaw, she kind of looks and says, "Well, we'll send in, Nasker, to come assist with the cleanup. At least getting these," and she looks back down at the gore bodies, "out of here." And she turns to Garrison and just says, I don't think it would be wise of you to stay open at all tonight. And Garrison just kind of shakes his head and No. I think you're right. And unless anybody has any questions for them, Shaw will kind of just give a nod with her head. And what did I say?
NASCAR, like NASCAR?
Like NASCAR?
Naffer. I think
Hail
I was
Junior.
combining because isn't it Vosk? Naffer Vosk? I was,
Maybe, yes,
NASCAR
maybe.
Voff.
NASCAR Brewsters.
Yeah, we'll get NASCAR in here to help with the cleanup. Send in the pit crews.
It'll be very fast.
Yeah. So yeah, I think the deputy and the 2 town guards will head outside. Yule and Undul both leave, presumably to fetch Naffer and anybody else that they're getting, while Deputy Shaw stays outside waiting for the sheriff. What would the rest of you like to do?
I think Natalin would have moved over towards Lanai and the children when she saw how Lanai was, she's not well at this moment. She's a little bit probably in shock. There's things going on, so she's going over there to give some aid and to also maybe help with Bryn because he's a little frustrated. I don't need that to flare up at this moment, so Natalin's going to go over there and help.
How are you helping?
I think she would just calmly nod to Lanai, kind of help with the children a little bit, do the blankets, that kind of thing, make them settled. But then she would sit by Bryn to be an ear if he needs to talk, because his mom right now is not in a place to be able to do that.
Bryn is a tall, lean 16-year-old, and he has that look of the gangly teen on the cusp of manhood, the wispy mustache, and but he still has a lot of features of being a child. And that sort of comes through in the way he slouches down in a chair with the blanket loosely draped over his shoulders and his arms crossed. And anytime Lanai says something to one of the other kids or somehow draws his attention just slightly, you see him just sort of narrow-eyed, give her the stink eye from behind her back, and then just sort of...
Oh. Freaking angst, man.
I can see you want to say something, Bryn. What is on your mind?
She doesn't understand. She wants, after what happened tonight, she wants me to come back to the farm. She doesn't think that it's safe here. But I told her that now, more than ever, it's more important than ever that I go train with Mr. Bill. I need to learn the wild song and how to control it so I can protect my family even better. She doesn't think that that's... She's treating me like I'm still a little child. She wants me to stay at the farm.
Bryn, she's scared. She almost lost you tonight, and she's terrified. So give her the grace tonight. Be that son that she needs to protect. I will talk to her in the morning because I agree with you. It is more important than ever that you train and learn what you can do with your powers. I'm sure she'll understand that once the shock of this is gone. But for tonight, she needs to know you're here and that she can protect you and that you're okay.
I would like you to... I think this is going to fall under make an impression.
Oh, yeah.
What am I looking at here?
Make an impression would be a diplomacy. Since the opponents will save DC.
Yeah, because this... We don't have persuasion, do we? Or rather, we do. It's called make an impression.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think you're going to need to make an impression, just to see how angsty Bryn takes your words.
I'm not good at this. Okay.
This is like the opposite end of our kids on bikes ability. When you're dealing with adults, you get like a certain bonus. This is Natalin is getting like a penalty.
Well, no, this is Bryn as a teen gets the bonus.
I know, that's what I'm saying. He's getting the bonus against Natalin, and that's why, you know.
Oh, I rolled a nat 20.
Yes! Yes!
So
his bonus fails.
So a total of 24.
Okay. Actually, I had him at, I'll find this real quick. I had all the others at, oh, not that. So you got a total of what?
I got a total of 24.
All right, hold on. There
Something
we
just...
go. 24 with a nat 20. You see that he puffs up like he wants to snap back at you. And you see his demeanor shifts as he kind of looks into your eyes and sees that you mean what you say. But he also, you can kind of see that realization of you're the one that saw the potential in him and connected him with Mr. Bill. And while you're not the one that's going to be training him, he sees you almost as a teacher. You're, correct me if I'm wrong, you're not that much older than him. Maybe what, 6-7 years?
About 10, I think.
10 years. Okay, I was thinking you were younger than that. But he holds back whatever he was going to say, and you just see him, while he continues to slump, you see the tension go out of his shoulders, and he just, okay. But you'll talk to her in the morning.
I promise.
All right. Thank you. Maybe 1 second here.
Hey, well, Jake takes a second for some nondescript reason. Why don't you take a second and check us out on redbubble.com. At redbubble.com, we got all kinds of great t-shirts and stuff like the one Tamiko's wearing, the one I'm wearing, and so many other cool things. You can get our logos on t-shirts, tank tops, hoodies, mugs, stickers, postcards, and pillows, and all kinds of other cool stuff. Right now, I think there's a deal at redbubble.com for 50% off all kinds of stuff. Be sure to order now to get all your stuff for Christmas. And check them out. There's almost always a deal at redbubble.com for at least 40% off, especially if it's your first time shopping with them. So check us out today at redbubble.com. Just search Mini Terrain Domain.
I don't know why I thought
Welcome, Baron.
I thought you just said bread bubble.
Nope. But bread bubble sounds great.
Yes, it does.
Bread bubble sounds like something I would buy and like.
Yes.
Cheese in there.
So we've seen what Natalin talking to Bran and helping out with Lanai and just helping to keep the kids calm. And I think as part of that, as you make sure that Lyra also has a full cup of hot cider, you're kind of looking over her shoulder, Natalin. You see Icselo out on the front porch of the inn, still talking with the sheriff. Millie, you notice that Garrett, as he's moving around, now that the deputies have, or the two guards left, he's kind of moving through the room, giving the bodies as wide a berth as possible, avoiding stepping in the blood. But he's starting to move around and pick up pieces of broken furniture, discarded mugs, and starting to basically bust the table, as it were. The whole time just kind of muttering under his breath and shaking his head. The further away he is from a body and not looking directly at it, the more he seems to be grumbling. But as soon as he picks up a stack of plates and has like 4 or 5 mugs in a hand and a bunch of silverware shoved in them, he turns around, sees that pile of gore, and you just immediately, he kind of goes a little bit paler, and his grumbling stops until he goes to the kitchen. You hear clattering of things being set down, and he's sort of on this little bit of a loop. But he doesn't say anything to you. He doesn't ask you to do any kind of cleanup or anything. He seems to be busying himself. What are you doing during this time, Millie?
She was gonna full on help Garrett and clean up.
So yeah, you start moving, basically doing the same thing as Garrett, moving back and forth. And I think in your passing back and forth, there's probably this one awkward moment where he starts to come out of the kitchen as you're coming in with an armful of dishes, and he looks like he wants to push past you, but sees a body and then kind of awkwardly steps back and kind of holds the door for you, and then kind of peers out like he's looking in the direction of the deck where the sheriff is, and just kind of and kind of steps out of your way again. And you kind of realize that a lot of his grumbling seems to be anytime he makes eye contact, he seems to make eye contact or at least look out in the direction of the sheriff. Every time he makes a trip through the inn. But he doesn't say anything specific to you other than just grumbling.
I don't know anything specific about that, right? Garrett doesn't talk about it?
I don't know. I'm going to let you tell me how well do you and Garrett know each other? How much?
I'll roll for it, but I'm not going to narrate. You don't want me to do that right now. My connection's so bad, Jake.
You have not broken up once.
Okay, you have a lot. I don't know. I would say that Garrett and Millie have quite a few like late night discussions.
Mhm.
Nothing. He's married. Like, come on,
Nice. Nothing weird.
right? But when Millie came to stay at the White Deer, it was kind of it was kind of nice because Garrett I don't think socializes a lot. So I think he thought it was nice to have, just somebody else to drink brandy and chat with,
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I kind of pictured this this
Are they old rivals over the same lover?
well, I kind of pictured this. You have kind of multiple times at the end of a busy night at the end, sort of unwinding in front of the fire, feet up, sharing a couple glasses of brandy before the two of you retire to your respective homes. He is married. He has a wife and 3 children.
Oh.
I'm gonna say I would like you to roll a D100.
Oh.
And I'm gonna say
boy.
that given you've been in town how long now? A year?
Almost a year. 9 months when we started the game. So
9 months. So
9,
I'm gonna
10
say
months.
that
And your family's in Magnamar, is that
Okay.
right?
0, 9.
9. I'm gonna say that there is a 50% chance that he told you this piece of information. Let's see if my dice roller works.
Ooh, give me some secret.
Nothing else has been
Secrets.
working the
I
night.
know.
Okay.
And my family is from Magnamar. I don't know if they're kind of all over the place.
Okay. Scattered to the wind.
So 9 plus 25 is 34, correct?
It is.
Which is what I rolled.
Is that exactly?
Whoa.
So you were exactly on the outer edge of that 50%. One night, as the two of you, probably after you'd been here a good 6 months, Garrett Viscali, for whatever reason, he seemed to be going off on a rant about Sheriff Baylor Hemlock. And he that night he says to you something to the effect of do you know what the Shawanti word for hemlock is?
No, I'm not sure that I do.
Viscali.
Oh, like your name.
Yeah.
Oh, are you of Shawanti descent then?
I think that would be pretty obvious. That
Well, Millie doesn't like to assume.
yeah, but yeah, he's
noble of her.
he's of Shawanti descent, and he kind of takes another deep sip of brandy and says, he kept his name Viscali right up until he got elected. After that business with them murders.
Oh, why did he change his name?
Because he thought he'd fit better into town if he didn't have a Shawanti name.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my word. That's terrible.
Well,
Well, you must feel so betrayed.
it's a family name. And we were supposed to carry it on.
Does Sheriff Hemlock have any kids?
I don't believe so.
Well, for what it's worth, he's not working very hard on the carrying of the name tradition. So there's that.
I think, he has no children, and I think you know that Hemlock years ago, around the time that he became the interim sheriff after the murder of the previous sheriff, who Cass Baverton, who was actually the final murder of the serial killer all those years ago. You know that Baylor Hemlock had been carrying on a secret, not so secret affair with Kay Tesserani, who ran, or rather runs,
The brothel owner?
the brothel.
Mm-hmm.
That was years ago.
Yep.
Eventually,
I read the materials.
eventually they realized that their secret relationship was not as secret as they thought it was, and they went public with it, and they've been married for a number of years, but they've not had any children. The Pixie's kitten is the brothel that she runs. But yeah, you understand that it's kind of like they're estranged. They live in the same town.
Bro disowned his name because he didn't want people associating him with being Schwanti. And that's dirty.
Yeah, and so yeah, they're basically estranged, living in the same small town, and it's sort of a proximity thing. Even though the garrison is actually not that far away from the White Deer Inn, you would know that Sheriff Hemlock never comes in here for food or entertainment, and you understand why a little bit.
I think that's why Millie's busying herself helping out Garrison, because as soon as Hemlock came in, she knew that Garrison didn't want to have a goddamn thing to do with him. So trying to run interference, making sure that she's always between them, like try to break line of sight.
Yes. They kind of like, oh. Just
Oh,
gonna sneak
did
right
we get the
between
garlic thing that was outside?
you. Hey.
Um,
Did anybody bring chicken dip?
Lumi, initially, during the questioning and sort of in the immediacy after showing up and after the fight ended, Father Xanthus, of course, was looking you over, making sure that you received the immediate healing, and checking to make sure that you were okay. And I think sort of in the immediacy of that, and after sort of coming running and basically blasting a high-level holy spell at this thing, you see that as he sees that you're okay, that he sort of takes a step back and reaches back, finding one of the chairs that was around the dinner table, and sits down kind of heavily. And you see, in stark contrast to the adrenaline fueled magic user that came bursting through the door. He suddenly seems maybe even 10 years older than he actually is in this moment. Like, the fright of your endangerment and the effort of casting that magic took a lot out of him. And he just... sits there and closes his eyes for a moment. What, if anything, do you say or do?
We will try to, I guess, like, console him a little bit. Like, everything's okay. Thank you for showing up when you did. I would have been okay. I promise. I promise. You should probably go back and have a nap now. We'll take care of things.
More milk.
We'll take care of things from here.
It's getting towards bedtime anyway.
I'll be all right.
I know you'll be all right. I think in these... Well, I was going to say in these past few weeks, but it feels like it's only actually been a few days. I'm realizing just how much you've grown up and how much of a child you no longer are. If that makes sense.
She nods, trying to coax out whatever he's trying to say more.
I'm very confident in who you are, Lumi, and who you've become, and who you are becoming, and what it is that you are doing. Contrary to what some people, and she glances over to the corner of the room, sort of on that east side of when you first walk in, there's a bar. The mayor and Kaeryn Scarnetti are having a conversation in which Kaeryn seems to be continuously talking to the mayor, and she seems to be continuously looking like she wishes she wasn't in this conversation.
What a turd. What an asshole.
He says, despite what some people are saying, I do think it's important what you all are doing. And I know you need to keep doing it. And this, and he kind of looks where literally like 4 feet away from where he sits is a splattering of blood and the empty arm of what was once Killam Varm.
Oh god.
I think this and many more things like this are, if not the dooms, directly related to the dooms that Nualia's spirit warned us of.
Not to worry you even further, but and then she'll lean in closer to be able to whisper to him. I think we saw Sandpoint Devil on the roof. Let's come for Sandpoint.
He takes a deep breath. And he gives you that look. At first, it's that look of almost like he wants to tell you that the Sandpoint Devil is just a tale. It's what parents tell their children to finish their supper or to go to bed. It's what they threaten them to scare them with. Mm-hmm. You see that look pass over his face like he wants to tell you this is a fiction that we have made up. It's a folk tale. It's a myth. And instead he says, I believe you.
Ooh.
And I believe that all of you are going to have to face it eventually.
I didn't think it would come to this. You would know as well as I that the Sandpoint Devil was kind of the thing that I was really fascinated by as a kid, and for it to all come around like this feels very prophetic in a way. I can't put my finger on it.
I believe that Desna has been guiding you all these years. It is not by an accident that you would have such a fascination with the Sandpoint Devil or Thessalonian history and lore. That now, when Desna calls you to serve her in your full capacity, you are prepared more so than I could ever have prepared you.
She really lays out such interesting paths for us, doesn't she?
She and all the gods, as he glances over towards Natalin. We can only begin to believe that we have an understanding of what the gods want from us or what their will is. But I don't believe any one of us can truly understand it unless we open ourselves to them fully. And perhaps we are so lucky as to be blessed by them. And he kind of glances down at wherever it is that you have your monarch star knife.
Cool.
I believe that Desna will keep watch over you.
And you as well.
And also with you.
And also with you.
And also with you. But I also believe you need to keep an eye on them too.
Well, I do my best. They're such bullheaded people, you know?
Well, if they weren't, then it wouldn't be a challenge from Desna, would it?
You see Velynia on her way over with a mischievous posture to the mayor and the douchebag.
A challenge
As
for
he
Desna,
says
maybe
that.
not, but a challenge for me, absolutely.
As Velynia is stomping across the room, we see, but Velynia doesn't, a single monarch butterfly fly through the frame.
Not fucking fair. One of these days, I'm gonna see the butterflies again.
You missed your chance, not gonna lie.
Wow. Okay.
One day, you'll meet the right person, and maybe they'll show you the butterflies.
Okay. Just maybe. Oh my god.
Before
In terms of
go.
in terms of like what Lumi would be doing to kind of like help out, I think that Lumi would offer to help out Naffer with the actual like getting hands dirty, disposing of the bodies.
There's eventually, probably about 20 minutes, maybe 30 minutes later, Naffer does show up along with the two guards. Where'd they go? Dragon Yule and Brea Undle. And the four of you work together to they've also brought a wagon, and the intent is to load the bodies and of the cultists, the creature, and any other viscera left behind, to actually take them first to the garrison. From there, Naffer will work on when the authorities are done with them, but that'll take you another half hour or longer working with them. Naffer's brought some tools and such for the job. We don't have to go into the gory description of cleaning up a crime scene.
Wood chipper.
Oh God! Very
Jeez.
Fargo of you.
They want to do some crime scene investigation. It's a little too early for the wood chipper. I think what I would like to do at this point, then, before we see Velynia approaching the mayor and Kaeryn, is we're going to take a short break.
Oh.
And then when we return, we will see what Icselo and Sheriff Baylor are talking about on the front porch.
Nice.
So we'll go ahead, take a few minutes break, and we will see you on the other side. And we're back. While all of these other conversations are taking place inside the White Deer Inn, we are going to step outside on the front porch of the inn where Icselo and the sheriff are having a conversation. As soon as the sheriff and his deputies showed up, the deputy and the two guards gave sort of knowing smiles and nods to you, Icselo, and Sheriff Hemlock quickly pulled you aside to talk to you privately, though it was mentioned that you would not go any further than the front porch, where you could see through one of the windows to always have eyes on Lyra, even though she's being tended to by Natalin and Lanai, and is being well cared for. You refused to move anywhere that would take her out of your line of sight. So as we join Icselo and Hemlock out on the steps, he kind of, or out on the porch, he kind of stands there and he's looking past you at what's happening, and he kind of shakes his head. You ain't even been wearing that badge for, what, 3 days? And we already got these cultists spilling bloods in the streets of Sandpoint. In one of our local establishments, dropping bodies from the sky. Don't ask me how that even happened. And I got the Scarnettis, Titus and Karn Scarnetti, breathing down my neck about failures in leadership. What in Caden's balls are you doing, Icselo?
You're giving me way too much credit there, sir. I don't know why the cultists have gotten a hair in their ass now to do something. Anything.
You don't know why the cultists have suddenly got a hair on their ass.
I've got an idea.
So you're going to tell me that you don't know anything about what happened down at the sawmill?
I know.
Ooh.
That, okay. I know a little bit about what happened. But I didn't think this would be the result.
What did you think was going to be the result?
That he was going to be a pushover. He's always been a pushover. When has something like this ever happened?
Do you really want to go digging in them files, Icselo? Kellum Varn was somebody, I believe is a name that was in your known associates in your file. Once upon a time.
I'm not the same man that I was anymore, Sheriff.
None of us are. But we still carry a piece of who we were. That's why I wanted you on this. Didn't think, when I asked you to keep an eye on these adventurers, and what they were getting up to going into this pit, that you would drag whatever skeletons were in the closet and put them on display.
Wasn't my intention, sir. I apologize. Perhaps I pursued a lead with too much enthusiasm.
I can't have another scene like this, Icselo. Out here in Sandpoint, not while the mayor's breathing down my neck about public confidence. And while the Scarnettis are counting bodies like they're tallying up their debts. You're supposed to be my eyes and ears. I need you looking and listening at what these adventurers are doing, where they're going, who they're talking to. Keep them close. By the gods, if they're involved in any of this, if they're the cause of this, you got to keep them contained.
Sir, they're not like that. They're good people. I can't vouch for them and plain them. I've only known them for a short time, but they're not the cause of this. Do you remember Jordis Munt?
Yeah, wasn't he the one, that wild revivalist preacher that went all batty and got you and your friends all involved in whatever you was involved in?
Yeah, well, I think that might be a name that might come up here again.
Caden's balls. And you're sure they're not kicking at the hornet's nest?
I didn't say that, sir. I just don't think they're the cause of the hornets themselves.
Last thing we need is heroes running wild. Heroes make headlines. Headlines make questions. Questions make it look like I've lost control.
I understand, sir. Won't happen again.
I understand. This lot, they're going to be digging down in that pit. More likely than not, stirring up more hornets. Do your best to deal with any hornets while they're in the pit. Don't come dragging them back here into my town.
I can do that.
We've already got your ex-brother-in-law with his nose all up in this business.
To be fair, sir, that's kind of his MO.
Yeah, well, whether he's doing things on Titus's orders or not, it ain't gonna be long before Titus himself gets, well, insistent. And I know he don't necessarily have the same sway over you he may have once had. He's no small man in this town. I would like you... I think I want you to make an impression on... the sheriff. Just to see overall how he's taking... well, that's not helping me at all.
Dude, Kaeryn. Karen's cracking me up.
What on earth is happening? Did I...
You didn't roll anything, if you meant to. Nothing happened.
No, I'm not rolling anything. I want Baron to roll. I'm trying to look up Baylor Hemlock's stats, and he's just not showing up all of a sudden.
He doesn't exist.
Oh, he exists. I just got to change where I'm looking. What did you roll on your diplomacy make an impression?
I didn't roll yet, but I will now. Not great. Total of 6.
Don't you want to use a die and redo that?
Use it.
I mean, we have 78 dice.
I guess
Baron,
I
re-roll it.
die. The dice tell a story, y'all.
It's true,
I
but
guess.
The dice tell a story. Natural 1.
stop.
Baron, letting that stand is a war crime.
Alright, use another domain die.
Okay,
This one stands.
You
Whatever
can't do
this is.
worse.
All right, so you
Whatever
spend
Consider
one,
that
and
peer
you're
pressure.
spending
I'll
another
roll
one.
2.
Okay,
No,
you're
it's
spending a
2.
second one.
Oh god.
Okay. Dirty 20.
All right.
Just let the record show I was goaded.
Yes, 100%, and deservedly so.
I'm just going to double check this. Dirty 20, I believe, is probably going to be okay. But this man has a stat block, and it is eluding me for the moment. Turns out typing Baylor Hemlock into the archive doesn't really do anything. But bring you up a description for Hemlock. Alright, 20 is enough, I think. I'm not going to waste time looking for his stat block. A good DM would have had that ready. 20 is enough that he believes you, but also he's still the... he's still got that bit of... don't F this up.
Famous last words from somebody to somebody who's about to fuck this up.
Oh, Lord.
He looks at you and probably catches you glancing yet again back inside at where your daughter is, and sort of looking through this window. It's this interesting scene of you and the sheriff standing outside with the light spilling out, illuminating you, looking inside through this window frame that has these panes of glass, creating these sort of almost like bars between you, your daughter, and your friends. And he looks at you looking at your daughter, and then kind of looks at the scene, and he says, "You can believe whatever you want about these heroes and whatever they want to believe about gods and destiny. But just remember, Icselo, around here, power comes from who signs the pay slips and who keeps the peace. Just don't forget whose side you're on." And he kind of gives you one of those, like, just like kind of a light tap with his knuckle on your chest where your badge would normally be.
Oof.
And then he's going to turn and oversee where Lumi and Naffer are helping the others load the last of the bodies. And then he kind of looks through the open door towards where the mayor and Karn Scarnity are. And you actually see him as he kind of stands there with his arms crossed. He looks through almost like, man, I should probably go in there. He sees the two of them and he just goes, nope. Spits on the ground and turns and yells something at one of the guards about being careful. They may be dead bodies, but they're still evidence. And we'll cut inside. I believe Velynia was going over to talk to the mayor and Kaeryn.
Oh, yeah. I'm going over there, and I imagine Velynia just like very nonchalantly just kind of like walks behind the bar, and she like digs into her pouch and puts like 3 like what a shot of liquor would cost, so 3 silver, whatever, and she puts it on the bar, and she brings out 3 shot glasses, and she puts them down, one for the mayor, one for Kaeryn, and one for herself. And she pours shots. And she's like, "Oh, Khan, late to the party as usual. Always the bridesmaid, never the bride, eh?" And she like very clearly gives them all 3 shots, and then she like takes hers triumphantly after this glorious day of another victory here in Sandpoint.
I would like you, right off the bat, I want you to make an impression. I don't know why that's the only roll we're rolling tonight. But...
Question.
Yeah.
What is it? There is a permanent +2 circumstance bonus when dealing with Kaeryn. Is that just for me or for the party?
That's for you.
Shit.
Oh. Sorry, Boo.
Thanks for trying, Boo. Now is is make an impression, is that a diplomacy?
That is a diplomacy.
Okay, here I go. That's a nat 20, bitches. Let's go. This is such an alpha move right now. And then when Velynia like says that always the bridesmaid, never the bride, she kind of winks at Mayor Devon and takes her shot.
And the mayor, without hesitation, picks up the glass, holds it up, taps it on the counter, and shoots it.
Damn.
And she looks, as she sets her empty glass down, she looks expectantly at Kaeryn.
I imagine I do the same.
And you've managed to, with your simple maneuver, and you, and your comment, you've managed to sort of put him off guard a little bit, and he hesitantly, he can't help but literally sort of turn up his nose at whatever well drink you poured him. But he throws it back, and I'm gonna make him make a fortitude check.
Yeah, fucking lightweight. Let's go. Let's go.
I think it's less that he's a lightweight and more that he's a whiskey snob.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're gonna see just how well. Oh, Kaeryn.
Does the gore give him any negative circumstance bonus?
Dude,
Does the what?
The gore every
gore.
more.
Well,
we are essentially in a butcher shop, but for people.
so his with that 4, he rolled a total of 10 on his fortitude check.
Oh my god.
He throws back with all the confidence of Velynia and Mayor Devon. He throws the shot back and goes,
That's amazing.
oh, God.
Ooh.
God. You'll drink anything, won't you?
Well,
And he sets his glass
at
down
least I
upside
can.
down.
At least I'm able. Can I interest you in another one, Khan? Or will you be taking your leave to find better spirits elsewhere?
I know where I have much better spirits. I have bottles, individual bottles, that are worth more than every bottle of liquor in this place.
I'm sure. Can I interest you in then going and finding one of them? And leaving us to clean up this mess?
Oh, are you trying to strong-arm me into leaving?
Certainly not. You were complaining about the liquor. I suggested you found better elsewhere.
I think the liquor is the least of your concerns. And he looks over your shoulder at the town watch and Lumi and Naffer picking up bodies and hauling them out. Why is it that every time a body drops, or every time there seems to be a bit of trouble, you and your lot are in the middle of it?
Well, perhaps some of us feel an ownership over Sandpoint, and rather than run away from danger, we run towards it.
It seems more like you're running the danger through the streets of our town.
So, well, I don't think that's certainly public sentiment, especially after the last council meeting.
Oh, are
You
you
didn't
so
seem to have a
sure?
ton of people on your side.
Are you so sure about that? And
I know you are trying
you
desperately. to
you
change
actually
public
see
sentiment.
Mayor Devon, as he says that, she kind of frowns a little bit and turns to
Mayor
you.
Devon will remember that.
She turns to look at you, Velynia, and she says, in your absence, the people are talking.
Oh, are they? And what do they say?
Kaeryn speaks before she can. They are not satisfied with you and your friends continuing to dig around in the pit. I warned you, I warned them, that nothing good would come from this, and they're seeing that I was right. It's been more like 2 days. You guys spent a couple days at the farm.
We did spend we actually spent a night and then the next day at the farm. Velynia just shakes her head and I'd be like, well, I suppose there are just two ways of looking at this. If this had all happened when we were gone, I posit that, well, the White Deer may well not be standing, as well may not be many other buildings in Sandpoint.
Oh, is that what you
Goodness, we were here.
posit? I posit that if it weren't for you and your lot, this never would have happened in the first place.
Well,
You're going to continue to stick your nose and your blades in places they don't belong. And rather than facing the repercussions yourself, the citizens of Sandpoint are going to pay the price.
We are citizens of Sandpoint.
You've been here, what, a year? Some of us have lived our whole lives here. You call it... what? That you are so concerned about your town? Can you even claim ownership over this town? You haven't even left that flap house you call a roof over your head. Seems like transient behavior to me.
I chose to be here. I could leave anytime I want. And
So
yet,
do
here
it!
I am.
I think the town would be all the better for it.
Well, I think, Khan, that not nearly enough people care what you think.
I think the two of you sound like petulant children. Mayor Deverin speaks up. Are you related?
Isn't everybody in Sandpoint? And I pour another shot, and then another one for Kaeryn. And I put it in, I turn his glass right side up again, and I pour him another one, and I push it towards him. And I push another one towards the mayor, and I stack 3 more silver up on the bar. Everybody's cousins, or ex-cousins, or ex-step-cousins, or... And what would I know about it? I'm a transient.
You're poking at him like you would poke at your own brother.
Ugh. I wouldn't know. I don't have any siblings.
Hence why I said you're acting like children. Are you and your
Very sorry.
Are you and your group doing anything constructive? I thought after the town hall meeting and the good standing we left that, just a few days ago, we had an understanding.
Well, Madam Mayor, if I can be so bold, as far as what we are doing to help, look around you. I am the least productive of this lot. And I point at Millie, who's like, I imagine, feverishly scrubbing a blood stain out of the wood floor, and Lumi, who's helping as best she can to drag a body out, and Icselo, who's doing whatever he's doing, and Natalin, too. And I say, we are helping. If we had not been here today, a young boy might have been kidnapped. The white deer might have been burned to the ground.
Khan has a point.
Well, then
that
what would you have
if
us
you
do?
hadn't have been here, this may not have happened in the first place.
And why is his word any better than ours? Why is his opinion, this could go either way?
This isn't about opinion. If you weren't here with the children, this may not have happened.
Well, they would have found us wherever we were with the children. They were
That's my
after
point.
the children.
Why are they coming after you in the first place?
I don't know.
I
We
thought
don't know.
you were going into the pit to deal with whatever menaces this spirit of Nawalia had warned you about, these dooms.
We were going into the pit. We had to come back here to rest and supply up. And we were leaving very shortly. I'm sorry, are we not welcome to rest and recoup for a
It's
night?
not that, but even small children understand that when you leave the privy, you check to make sure there's no toilet tissue stuck to your boot.
What would you have us do?
Not drag your shit through the streets of my town.
Very well. I will relay that message to my people. We will be gone as soon as we can. I have to catch up with one of my cousins back at that flop house, and I look at Kaeryn with venom when I say that. I'm like, and then we will go. We'll drag our shit right back out of your town, and then everybody can be happy.
She takes a moment and she says, she kind of sighs. She picks up the drink that you poured and she doesn't shoot this one. She takes a sip of it.
Mm-hmm.
She glances at Kaeryn, who hasn't touched the drink that you poured. She looks back at you and she says, I don't mean to imply that I don't think that you and the others are doing good. I did not expect that mere days after, well, after you had so impressively made your case in front of the town council, that we would see, at least as far as I can tell, 6 people dead in one of the more respected establishments of town, and children of Sandpoint nearly abducted while you were within arm's reach of them.
Incredible.
All I'm saying is you and Father Xantus and the others assured me and the town that we had nothing to worry about. And not 72 hours later, this. And Kaeryn's not your ally.
You don't fucking say.
You don't fucking say.
I mean, Kaeryn's sitting right there, and he just
Yeah,
kind
I
of gives
know.
you that, like,
Yeah, little fucker.
Do you remember in Ferris Bueller's Day Off when they try to go to that restaurant and they claim to be
Yep, I
Abe
know
Foreman,
exactly what you're talking
the Sausage King of Chicago?
Sausage King. of
That
Chicago.
the waiter or maitre d' at that restaurant.
Yes.
That's
is
who
that
I picture
exactly what
Kaeryn
Kaeryn-
Scarnetti to look like.
Wow.
He's got the sort of little upturned nose and the sort of pinched
the
expression.
tiny,
You're
tiny,
Abe
almost
Foreman.
imperceptible mustache.
Yes, that's what I
Amazing.
picture Kaeryn Scarnetti to look
Little
like.
Fucker.
As he just
And
gives
I
you.
just, yeah, I give him the same stink eye back, and I would be like, very well, we'll take care of our business, and we will leave your town for at least a time. And I certainly hope nothing happens while we're gone. If it does, best of luck. I certainly hope the town guard can handle demons and cultists.
Mayor Deverin didn't like that. Kaeryn Scarnetti likes that.
She will remember that. And I kind of go and I like look and I think Velynia at this time would take her little pouch that she's been like just grabbing coins out of and put it back on her belt, and then she would go and busy herself with her.
Oh, I was
with
about
her
to say
comment.
Millie's gonna pop over and be
Oh,
like, oh,
then-
what are we talking about?
Then never mind. And I would like scooch down to Millie, and I would
Yeah.
I would pour her a shot. I'd be like, "Well, we're just gabbing like gals. Care to join?"
I think as you show up, I would like you with a +2 bonus to immediately make a impression on Kaeryn Scarnetti.
Oh, okay. With my +2?
Yep.
Oh. I'm gonna use a die. Don't like
Please do.
that.
Yes.
Don't like that.
Oops.
All right.
What were we about to do?
I was
Well-
intimidating Kaeryn
Yes, you
just
were
by,
making an
just by
impression.
making small talk.
Yes.
You were making an impression upon Mr. Kaeryn Scarnetti with a bonus.
31.
A 31, which which I'm not even going to compare against his. He
loses.
He
immediately
loses in real life.
wants when you walk over, he looks at you, Millie, and he looks at the mayor and says, well, Madam Mayor, I've said my piece, and I'm afraid I must be going. And he looks at you, Velynia, and he says, thank you for the drink. And he does not doesn't touch that second drink you poured.
Mm-hmm.
Millie picks it up and downs it.
Atta girl.
Oh, sure. He's an important man with lots of things to do. He's got to eat shit and gossip.
And be late for fights.
As he hurriedly walks out, I'm gonna say I'm gonna have one of you roll me a D100, but you are not rolling for yourself.
I will. Here I go. 49. A great number.
D100 to find
square.
out if he trips over the corpse that.
Yes. Yes.
I'm gonna roll a D100, and if it's
Yes.
within there's a 50% chance.
Ooh,
So you rolled a 49.
I did. Damn it.
I rolled an 18. So Kaeryn does not slip in viscera as he removes himself from the scene. But when he leaves, the mayor turns to you, Millie, and says, well handled, as always. You should know that while he may not be the most pleasant man, Kaeryn that he does have the ear of the people. And for every day that you are gone, he continues to spin the wheels of, well, bad publicity against you. I'm afraid this incident tonight has not helped any of you. I dare say by the time the sun is up tomorrow, a fair portion of the citizens will have already heard of this.
Well, thank you for your kind words, Kendra. But I mean, at this point, we've been here 9 months. We're already aware it's damned if you do, damned if you don't.
Well, as I was telling Velynia here, this coming on the heels of your venture into the depths of the pit, and after the, after what I thought was a successful town hall meeting, and you made quite an impression in front of those of the town that were present, assuaging their fears that you were going to cause any trouble, and yet there's trouble, and it appears, by all logic, that you are indeed the cause.
Well, here's the damnedest thing, Kendra. We have no idea who any of these men were. No idea whatsoever. So, food for thought. Isn't it possible that people like our friend Kaeryn going around and spreading discord about our group and what we do, could that not have the same effect where it would attract undesirables into the town?
As you said, you've been here 9 months. You've maybe don't know anything about who these people were. She glances outside to where Icselo and the sheriff are having their conversation on the porch, and she says, "But I dare say there are some among you who may know who these are."
You
Listen.
gesturing to Icselo.
I am here simply because, as mayor, it is alarming when I hear that violence of any kind has happened within the boundaries of Sandpoint. I was disappointed when I found that you were all at the center of this. I'm not saying that you were the cause of it. And the case may be that it is entirely not your fault. But the people of Sandpoint, especially with Kaeryn Scarnetti in their ear, may not be so easily convinced.
Mayor, can you not be in their other ear? Perhaps?
Am I to hold a town hall every time you cause some bit of trouble?
Millie puts a hand on Velynia's shoulder and says, "It's not going to do any good, dear." And she looks at Kendra and says, "I'll be perfectly frank with you, Kendra. Until the town pisses us off enough that we aren't willing to help them, we will be at the center of any issue that arises in town if it calls for violent solutions.
Fuck yeah, Millie. Goddamn.
But someday we may not. If the town does not appreciate what we do, then we may be inclined one day to just step aside."
There are some that would welcome that as an option. I do not count myself among them. But the people of Sandpoint have long memories. And the time of troubles, barely 2 decades ago, had a band of adventurers at the heart of everything that was happening. And in the end, they turned things around and prevailed. I hope that is the direction that your journey takes you.
We're doing whatever we can to try to prevent the events from the past 17 years from happening again. And I wish that the people in this town could understand what we're doing for them.
I will do my best to counter whatever misinformation Kaeryn Scarnetti is passing around town. I come here not to... I did not mean to threaten you, Millie. I'm
still standing right there. She did mean to threaten me. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
I am here merely...
Velynia just kind of like... and like takes another shot.
I am here merely to place all the cards on the table and let you know how the game is proceeding.
Well, we appreciate that. It's really not anything new, though. It is what it is when Kaeryn's out there doing what he does.
Well, the Scarnettis are a founding family of Sandpoint, and I'm afraid they're not exactly going anywhere. They have perhaps a bit more influence than even I would care for within this town. Again, she glances out at Icselo and Sheriff Hemlock. But, as I said, I will do what I can to counteract his misinformation, and I will continue to put my faith in what you are doing. Try not to pay the Scarnettis any mind, if you can. As she says that, you hear a shrill voice from outside. Where is she? Where is she?
Oh God.
And
Oh,
Icselo,
hey,
I keep forgetting her name. I have it written down here somewhere.
It's Clarissa.
I keep wanting to
Explains it
call
all.
her. Yes, I got to remember. It's Clarissa Knows All.
Explains it all.
Whatever.
Do,
Clarissa,
do,
Clarissa
do.
did something. Melissa Joan Hart.
Do. Classic.
As Clarissa Scarnetti, or should I say, Clarissa Scarnetti ne Tomasa, comes.
You don't have to say,
Scarnetti
you don't
again.
have to say that.
As she comes storming up the steps, and she walks right up to you, past everybody outside, walks right up to you, Icselo, and with as much weight as she can put behind what I imagine is probably like a 5'6", 5'7" slight frame, puts both hands into your chest and tries to shove you backwards. Where is she?
Oh my God.
She's inside.
And she glances through the window and sees her, and immediately you all see as Clarissa Scarnetti comes charging in and pushes past everybody.
I would like to just interject at that one point when she sees us.
Oh,
Natalin
God.
is probably sitting on the floor with her, reading a story with her.
Oh, perfect. Oh, perfect. Are you doing like little magic water, like a running horse that's made out of water or some cool shit?
I'd like to say yes, but I don't think I could actually do that.
Okay.
Plus, it would ruin my book, so no.
Yeah, no, absolutely not. I take it back.
I think you're possibly taken quite by surprise then when Clarissa comes charging in, and I mean, don't get me wrong, Lyra, as soon as she sees her mother, she does immediately light up, but also is immediately picked up off the floor as Clarissa grabs her and holds her tight, and then she sets her back down and sort of crouches and is literally just looking her over. Are you hurt anywhere? Did anything happen to you? And just the usual motherly stuff. And she can't help but interject. I should never let your father take you here. I should know that wherever he goes, there's trouble that follows. Dad, Mom, it wasn't Dad's fault. It's always his fault, Mama. And there's just this little bit of back and forth. And she picks up her daughter again.
Shit.
And she does take a moment. Let me see. Okay, that's good. That's good.
Is it good? Good
That's
for
a nat
us or
20.
for her?
She
Is it good?
picks her
Still
up
doesn't seem
and she
good.
takes a moment and she looks at you, Natalin, and she looks at Lanai and the other children, and she says, "Thank you." And then, are the other children all right?
Okay.
Natalin's a little shocked, actually. She's a little like gobsmacked at this actual nicety.
I don't know why
At
I
this
suddenly
moment.
gave her a light British accent, because I think we established the Scarnetti's got a bit of that.
Italian. Sorry.
They got a little bit of that Tony pizza in them, you know what I'm saying?
Fucking Italian.
Antonio Pizzarelli.
We the
You know, a little bit of
Scarnettis,
that.
you
The
know.
pizza
we don't
pasta.
fuck around.
Hey, with all due
Little
respect to
bit
the
of the
Italian.
Fuck around with the Scarnettis, right?
Oh my gosh!
I got a
Anti-Defamation
cannoli in
League.
the fridge for you, mister.
The gabagoo.
But no, she says thank you, and she says, I wish I need to rewatch The Penguin to see how Sophia's voice is.
We watched the Penguin.
As she's like, she's
The penguino.
are all the other children all right?
Natalin would stand up with her now. They seem to be, but I mean, kids are resilient. But none of them were hurt.
Well,
Your daughter, and Natalin would like kind of reach up and touch Lyra's like shoulder. Your daughter was very brave.
Ooh.
I was her mother, I would be so proud of this one.
Hell yeah.
she kind of turns a little bit. She's holding Lyra up, which is a little awkward because Lyra's almost 10 years old.
She's huge.
And but she kind of looks at her and is that true? Were you brave? Yeah. I had to make sure that the other boys, the younger boys, that she says younger boys as she looks at Tavi, who's 13, and Ellis, who's like a year younger than her. I think to make sure the poor farm boys were okay.
Hey.
No, she's like, I had to make sure that the others were okay, and that we ran upstairs and hid.
Hell yeah.
And she smiles and kind of squeezes her again as she looks at you, Natalin. Just thank you. And she turns and walks out to the porch holding her daughter, and she looks at you, Icselo, and she says, I will be keeping our daughter for as long as you are involved in whatever this business is. You're muted.
You can't keep her from me.
I'm not keeping her from you. You can come and visit her at the manor anytime you want. When you're not down in that
visit your
hole.
daughter in a den of vipers. It almost seems safer to visit her in the hole than it would be in that. Never mind.
Well, it's those vipers that keep her fed and clothed and out of the clutches of cultists.
Well, I'll have you know she is fed.
Hey. She's clothed and fed.
And clothed, very clothed at the moment.
End of list.
She's coming back with me now. If you want to see her before you risk your life in that pit again, you can come to the manor and see her. Otherwise, when you decide you're done playing an adventurer, she will be staying with me.
Fine. Make sure you keep her indoors at night.
She kind of looks a little like you just got a well-placed jab with that one.
When the realization comes to her eyes, I would say cultists and all.
Well, and not far out, just sort of on the edge of the light that spills out from the front of the inn, is where Kaeryn stands. And she doesn't actually say anything to you with that. She just says, say goodbye to your father. And she turns as over her shoulder, Lyra kind of smiles at you, and then she kind of squirms and pushes against her mother, and who sets her down, and Lyra comes over and hugs you. It's okay, Dad. I promise I'll stay inside. At night.
Good for her. That's badass.
Yeah, I hold her close and I'll be sure to come see you before I leave. Listen to your mother. She does just want you to be safe.
Fine, I'll listen to her.
You don't have to listen to Kaeryn now.
Your Uncle Karn's a dick.
She smiles, and I imagine that smile looks just like that meme of that little girl who's smiling while the house burns in the background. You know exactly what I was talking about.
Yep.
Yep, that's a little.
That's the picture I used for Lyra in the notes.
Oh,
Yes, it is.
yeah, it is. Okay.
Appropriately so.
Yeah. And Clarissa says, "Come on, Lyra," as Kaeryn is holding the door to the carriage that's waiting just outside the light there, of course, where he has his or their valet.
In their haste, I know Clarissa probably didn't grab it, but I'm gonna grab her bag. It's got all her trinkets and shit in it. I'm gonna hand it to her. No more Adventurers Club for a little while. Now go on.
She takes her bag and she kind of leans into. She does that thing where she kind of leans on one leg and puts her arm around you, gives you a half hug, leaning into you, and then, as if the events of the last couple hours didn't just happen, she runs and jumps off the 3 steps to the ground and sort of hits the ground running and leaps up into the carriage, much to both her mother and Kaern's chagrin. As Kaeryn climbs into the carriage without looking back, but you see as she takes a step up, Kaeryn kind of reaches his hand out to help her up. She does turn and look back at you, and for just a moment, Icselo, you see the look of Clarissa when the two of you were younger and first married, and she would look at you with a look that said be safe when she knew you had to go off and do your job.
Je ne sais quoi.
For just a moment, she gives you one of those old looks. And then Kaeryn pulls her in and the carriage door closes and the carriage... You hear the carriage wheels and the sound of the horse's hooves on the gravel as they recede into the night.
I'm left outside watching them go.
I would like to... I believe, unless I'm wrong, there's a couple of things that some of you want to do yet this evening. But as a way of closing, I'm going to sort of glimpse the night because I don't want to forget this. Because I've had a note about this for ages, and this is literally, technically the second, but the first night that you guys are actually getting to sleep since this happened so many sessions ago. Oh, correct me if I'm wrong.
You owe me a good dream.
But it was Lumi, Velynia, and Natalin who drank from the pool. And Natalin, you critically failed.
I did, and you did give me a dream.
Did I give you a dream?
Yeah.
Yes. It was a really mean dream.
I don't think I gave you the effects of the dream, though, did I?
That I don't know.
That I don't think so, because I never wrote nothing down.
Okay, so I forgot about that. All right, so here's what I'm going to do. I think I am going to wait because I want to make sure these dreams have a chance to land properly. So Velynia and Lumi will have to wait. Natalin, I think it's sort of, it's a delayed effect. You had your dream already, but it's a delayed effect that sort of hits with the events of tonight because of your critical failure, or your failure, however it may be. You will have, your dreams will be plagued with nightmares. You will have dreams nightly of being chased by monsters. You have a permanent, well, I say permanent. You're cursed. So until you are no longer cursed, you have a -2 penalty against any sleep effect. So anything that's going to try to put you to sleep, you will have a -2 to that save. Also, you require 10 hours of sleep instead of 8 to gain the effects of a full rest.
Damn.
I'm going to give Velynia and Lumi your mechanical benefits of your dream.
Oh, yeah. Love it.
I thought, actually, didn't I already give you that?
No.
Didn't you guys get? Didn't you get an increase in healing points immediately?
Hero cards, but that was for something.
That was for something else. That was for we all got that.
They
for
got
the good dinner.
everybody got like an HP bump when they drank.
Yeah.
That is not for our dreams.
Okay. Vi, I don't know what you did that's different, but
it sounds like you're talking through a pillow.
You sound like your microphone is in a drawer.
In the other room.
How about now?
It's better.
It went in your hoodie.
It was inside my hoodie.
There you are.
There you go. Okay, so there is an extra benefit to your dream. So just make a note of this, and then for Velynia and Lumi, that you will be blessed with Desna's favor, and for 24 hours, you have a +5 bonus to your speed.
Ooh.
That's on top of the healing you received at the time of drinking from the pool. But the big result was that Natalin has been cursed by the result of that.
How long does this blessing last? So I can take it properly.
24 hours.
It'll be 24 hours.
24 hours.
Yep.
Thank you.
So, given that 24 hours can take literally months in our games, whenever it's nighttime of the next day, or rather, we'll say the morning, 24 hours after tomorrow morning. So, like I said, I know some of you have things you still want to do, but we're already after 11 Eastern here. And I would like to go ahead and call an end to the session as Clarissa and Kaeryn take off into the night. This was, your first day back from downtime. Downtime lasts as long as you want it to. And I believe when we were waiting on Velynia's meeting, we did fast track by like almost 2 weeks or something like that. So let's keep that in mind as we go into our next session. If there's additional people you want to talk to, or things you want to do in your downtime, Baron, as I said, downtime works a little bit differently in Pathfinder. There are some things that you can do specifically under downtime activities, but also there's things that you maybe want to do that we can talk about. So with that, a shout out to and thank you to everybody who dropped bits or subs. Thank you for everybody hanging out in the chat. We always appreciate that. If you're somebody who's lurking quietly in the background, or maybe you're watching with us on the VOD later, know that we appreciate you and hope you enjoy these games as much as we enjoy playing them. Please do check out the VOD for Legends of Eleonora. You beat me to it. Well,
Nice.
Yours is better.
mine goes straight to the actual event.
Oh, you made a chat command. You said you did at the beginning
Yeah,
of
I
the
did.
stream.
So
Damn it.
the donation link is also live for at least a few weeks. We'll probably keep it live at least, I would imagine, until the end of the month. We'd like to let people continue to come in and drop donations. Our event raised for a goal of $25,000 on stream. We started with a $5,000 matching bonus and had raised $11,000 within like the first, 30 minutes. Of the $25,000 goal, we finished our stream with $32,501.05. And you add on to that the sweepstakes monies that came in ahead of the game of $9,726. Our grand total as of right now is $42,227.05, raised basically in a 5-hour D&D game with some amazing celebrities and guests. And
Who's responsible for the 5 cents?
the what?
I said, who's responsible for the odd cents?
Oh yeah, of course.
You. Nice.
Yeah, you kept it
Nice.
going for almost the entire stream until somebody came in and dropped the 34 cents to round it up to an even, and you did not let that stand for very long. But no, we had an amazing stream despite some technical difficulties. We planned and trained for it, and we were able to get things up and running and go on to have a highly successful event. And we hope that enough additional donations will come in that we could hit that $50,000 goal of funding a research grant. But even if not, $42,000 does a lot for Pavlov and their fight against childhood cancer. And word on the street is we're probably going to do number 5 in the spring. And I'm not even going to say who it could be, but I know who we're going to try to get, and that's going to be pretty awesome again. So, with that, I want to say a final thank you to these amazing players who I love getting to play this game with. I am looking forward to connecting with each of you individually for these one-on-one sessions to delve into your characters a little more.
Have we told people that we're doing that?
At the very beginning, actually while we were
Sorry.
offline. So if you're still here, if you haven't turned off the stream yet, the VOD, we throughout the month of December, though MTD will be taking our usual hiatus on Monday nights at our usual time, 8:30 p.m. Eastern. We will be airing pre-recorded one-on-one interludes where I will have a one-on-one session with each player individually, delving into bits of their backstory. So that's going to be a lot of fun. So with that, a final huge thank you to these amazing players. I love playing this game with you. 35 episodes down, one more to go before the break. But it's been amazing so far. Thank you, Vi, Kaeryn, Tamiko, Cari, and Baron, without whom this would just be me talking to myself for a couple hours. With that, we're going to go ahead and end the stream the same way we end every stream, and you can say it with me if you want.
Menargle.